This is the 2021 Imola Grand Prix Fantasy Review brought to you by Fox Blockhead. That's right, we're bringing you fantasy results all season long from the Formula One races so that you can make your best decisions and put your best team out on the track. The race result from Imola, in a fantasy sense, Verstappen in first place, Hamilton in second, Norris in third. The best team this week was McLaren with 48 points and Lewis Hamilton with the +5 for the fastest lap. The podium this time, the same as the podium on race day. Won't always be like that, but it is this time. The full driver result now, and you can see some of those value numbers are orangey, yellowy, browny kind of colour. That's because their value is over 1.5. The top value driver this weekend was Lando Norris, 34 points with 2.54 value, punching well above his weight right there. You can see down the bottom Latifi with that crash, and then Russell and Bottas not finishing the race because they came together as well. Seb Vettel, he retired with a few laps to go, but still classified. Only 1 point for Seb Vettel. If you had him in your team, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The constructors' results right here. McLaren Mercedes up on top, 2.57, 48 points with Ferrari and Red Bull. Still really good value there for both of those, but Ferrari and McLaren both really good picks for this weekend, because if you can spend the money on them, then maybe you've freed up the money for other top drivers. So let's have a look here. The dream team looks like this. Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly, and Ferrari on the team. If you put the turbo on Norris with that combination, you would have 226 points for an exact $100 million budget. Now, of course, some of your teams might have more than that budget now because of the price moves as the season goes along. But if you started this week with $100 million, 226 points. Now, Ferrari's in there rather than McLaren. Even though McLaren were the top team this weekend, McLaren cost, I think, 0.8 of a million more, or something like that. They cost just a tiny bit more than Ferrari. So you couldn't have McLaren and those drivers. You have to have Ferrari to get that many points. If you think I've got it wrong, if you think there's a better dream team out there, let me know in the comments. But for this weekend, this is what I think was the dream team. Ferrari taking it out. Leclerc, Sainz, and the Ferrari team. The dud team now, the bottom 5 drivers. And the bottom team for this weekend, if you had Perez, Vettel, Bottas, Russell, Latifi, and you slapped the turbo on Latifi, I do have to say, what are you doing, apart from trying to get the lowest total for the whole season? You would have only spent $76.3 million. You would have ended up with minus 23 points. But Bottas is probably the only one that people would have had in their team up there. Maybe a Perez, maybe a Vettel, maybe a Russell, but why would you have a combination like that? I am not sure. That is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you out to try and make the best decisions that you can. And one of the ways that I can help is with this, the driver's bonus chance. You see, all of these drivers, these 8 drivers, have qualified in Q3 for 2 races in a row now, Bahrain and Imola. If they can keep going all the way to Monaco and qualify in Q3, they will get a bonus 5 points each. That's a bonus on top of any racing points that they pull out for the whole race weekend. And we have 7 drivers who have finished the race in the top 10 for 2 races in a row. And if they keep going, again, Monaco is where we're looking at to hand bonus points out to these drivers. Have a quick look at those. Maybe think about making those decisions, making those transfers so you free up the cash so you've got the money to pull them in when it comes to Monaco, because those bonus points, they could be so valuable. The constructors' bonus chance now, we have Red Bull, McLaren and Mercedes qualifying in Q3. However, McLaren and Mercedes have done it for 2 races. Red Bull only 1. So Red Bull's going to be looking towards Spain, which comes after Portugal. McLaren and Mercedes are both in line for bonus points this weekend. So if you need a bonus points, I think they get a bonus 10 actually. McLaren and Mercedes, both good shouts for a Portugal Q3 finish. If both drivers finish in Q3, bonus 10 points. And then in the race, we have McLaren and Ferrari. Again, both in line for a bonus in Portugal. McLaren could be a good pickup. for this weekend. If Norris and Ricciardo can both finish in Q3 and in the top 10 in the points, bonus 20, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's 5 for qualifying, 10 for the race. But bonus points were for McLaren in the bag. I'll let you decide. The driver's standings. These are the current driver's standings with the price based on Imola. So I'm going to record the price right as the teams close at qualifying every single weekend. So I'm going to show you the prices they had for Imola right here and the change. So based on Imola versus Bahrain, Hamilton's price has gone down a bit. Verstappen, Norris, and Leclerc have all gone up a little bit. So you can see the arrows there. If there's a yellow line, it means they've stayed stationary. Norris, the value pick of the season so far at 4.7, well outperforming his price. You know what? I need to divide those per race as well. Otherwise, they're just going to get more and more and more. But anyway, it still gives you the idea of which drivers are performing and which drivers are not. And that is the point. That's what I'm trying to bring to you. This is the driver standings for the bottom 10. You can see Bottas, Gasly, Russell, and Latifi. Their price hasn't changed. But again, top teams, bottom teams. Mick Schumacher, the only one in the bottom that you probably want to have a look at. But he didn't really perform. He had that off behind the safety car, I think it was. He went off right after the pit lane, lost his front nose, ended up at the back. Schumacher, Tsunoda, you could probably put it down to rookie mistakes, but still a shame that they finished so far down. Let's keep going now. The constructors' standings, season-long. Mercedes in first, Red Bull in second. Oh, kicking my mic stand. McLaren in third, Ferrari in fourth. And then a big gap to Alpine, Aston Martin, AlphaTauri, all in the 30s. Whoa, who do you pick? I reckon McLaren. They're in with a shout to the bonus points. They should be the team that people are picking up for this weekend. The driver battles. If you're looking at a team and you're thinking, which driver should I pick up? The driver battles. These are extra points they can pick up. So you can see Russell, Schumacher, Stroll, Raikkonen, no, not Raikkonen, Gasly, Ricciardo, Hamilton, and Leclerc have all out-qualified their teammate 2 out of 2 this season. The other ones with 1 and 1 have obviously had a 1 and 1. We'll be looking at these driver battles through the season. That's qualifying. Here are the driver battles in the race. Wow, a lot more where one teammate has outperformed the other. Gasly and Tsunoda, the only ones that have split that. Tsunoda having the better race in Bahrain. But if you were looking at picking up a driver, this could be the decision maker right here. Who's going to pick up the bonus 3 for finishing better in the race? Onto the private league now. And the Blockheads is my league name. That is the league code. If you'd like to join a league, whether you've created your team in week 1, week 2, week 10, it doesn't matter. Join the league and you could be highlighted with the placing. So if you have a really good weekend, I'm going to highlight you here. Top 1, 2, 3. First place this weekend is the Engine Blockheads, one of my teams. I had Verstappen, Norris, Raikkonen, Tsunoda, Leclerc, and McLaren for 201 points, which is probably one of the better scores for the whole round since 223, I think, was the dream team. I think that Leclerc having the turbo over Norris held me back just a couple of points. But anyway, second place for Imola, we have Schruthik, Team 1, with 170 points there. Verstappen, Bottas, Norris, Ocon, Tsunoda, and McLaren. Bottas with the -9, unfortunately. Different choice, maybe a few more points, but Bottas is usually a pretty solid pick, which is why you would pick him, of course. In third place, I saw the signs. It's my other team. I had Russell, Norris, Gasly, Verstappen, Sainz, Red Bull. I've got to have Carlos Sainz in there if the team is called I Saw the Signs. 168 points, just below second place. And the current Blockheads Fantasy League standings look like this, with the Engine Blockheads in number 1, I Saw the Signs, Hamilton, and Schruthik Team 1. Like I said, we may see Schruthik Team 1 was only starting in Imola. So after a few weeks, if it ends up being just the 4 of us, I will start the points again from Imola. So those totals will reflect starting from race 2. Everyone still has all of their chips, the Mega Driver, the Joker, the Wild Card. You can see where we're from. That is the Blockheads Fantasy League. Hopefully more people join. Come and join in the Fantasy League. It will be lots of fun. 2 races down, 21 to go. 2 different race winners. I wonder if we can have a season like a few ago. We can have lots of different race winners in the first few. That'd be cool. Portugal this weekend in Portimao, 30th of April to 2nd of May. If you're looking to change your teams, make sure you change it by qualifying, which is 3 p.m. May 1st. That is local time for the Portugal 2021 Portugal Formula One Grand Prix. Good luck with your fantasy selections. Remember to get your changes in before that lockout period. My name is Fox Blockhead. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was informative. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, see you later, alligators.